As some of you know, we have just broken a big story about Kirsten Gillibrand's family. It turns out that Kirsten Gillibrand's stepmother was an active member of the NXIVM sex cult. This is the Allison Mack, Keith Raniere cult from New York, and the leaders of this cult are now on trial for child sex trafficking, human trafficking, and other crimes. Now, Kirsten Gillibrand's father, Doug Rutnick, who's a lobbyist, was an employee of this sex cult during the time in which his wife, Kirsten Gillibrand's stepmother, Gwen Belcourt, was participating in this sex cult as an active member. Now, Kirsten Gillibrand has said through a spokesperson that she didn't even know what the NXIVM sex cult was until just recently. Well, that can't possibly be true, considering that it's been covered in the local press in Albany for years. This is a case that has very big implications for everything that's going on right now. Frank Parlato, who is the group's former publicist, the former publicist for the sex cult, who realized what was going on and decided to become a whistleblower. I did an exclusive interview with him, and he told me that this sex cult was importing underage young girls from Chihuahua, Mexico, which is very close to the U.S.-Mexico border. That this was a child human trafficking organization. He told me, this former employee told me, that Keith Raniere believes himself to be Lucifer. So this was a Satanist operation. There were satanic rituals going on. Now, Obama, let's talk about Barack Obama. Let's talk about Barack Obama and his administration. Barack Obama's administration placed children at the border who they had detained with human traffickers. Who reported that? None other than the Washington Post. And maybe the Washington Post wants to forget about the fact that it actually had journalistic integrity for at least one moment and reported that story a long time ago. Well, it's true. Now, we reported just last week on the veterans on patrol in Tucson, Arizona, who found this bunker that was, to them, clearly a human trafficking outpost. And a child's skull was found very close to the bunker itself. Now, Tucson, obviously, is a throughway for a lot of drugs and a lot of heroin that gets pumped into the country. And we also need to look at human trafficking and what's going on. And we should also look at what's going on in Hollywood with people like Harvey Weinstein. And I think that, you know, the Harvey Weinstein case is probably going to bring out a lot in terms of what was going on in Hollywood. And if you have people who are close to the Clintons and to Kirsten Gillibrand operating a satanic orgy involving children in New York, and meanwhile, the people who financed this, Claire Bronfman and the Bronfman sisters, they were giving massive campaign contributions to Hillary Clinton. The Clintons' personal friend, Richard Mays, was carrying out legal hit jobs on behalf of the sex cults. So that was going on in New York. Meanwhile, what was going on in Hollywood with Hillary Clinton's other big money man, Harvey Weinstein, doing heinous things to women? These are people in Hollywood who, you know, do despicable things and make really disgusting, pornographic, violent films and put that out to the mainstream for kids. And then they give each other golden statues. That has been the money source for the Democratic Party for decades. And people are now finally starting to wake up and realize how sick and demented some of these people are on the left. And the house of cards is starting to crumble. We're going to keep you updated on this story. Please keep reading bigleaguepolitics.com.